Alright guys, it helps to know those other loop structures. As you know, the while loop requires a priming if you're going to use it for checking input. And sometimes a do while loop is a more efficient means of handling that. A do while loop is a post-test loop. You test before you jump into the loop body. So effectively, you test after you do the loop body one time. So you run the loop body, then you test it. If it's true, you run it again. In functions where there's a priming function, it's helpful to just do a do while loop. In a do while loop, you have to use curly braces around the statements you want it to run, and it runs the test after one repetition has occurred. Performs a task at least one time. You're never required to use this loop. You can always use a while loop, but you always have to use curly braces once again to fix that loop properly. We'll jump into the code right now to look at a way we can restructure a previous set of code with a do while loop. So if you remember our bank balance function, it ran, in fact I'll pop that open real quick. It ran, I don't have it open actually, so let's see if I can find it. I guess I don't have it at all. But it ran effectively with a while loop priming. Let's actually see if I can open it real quick, see if I have it here somewhere. Bank balance, it's got to be still open. Let me jump through here and see if I can find it. Hold on, there it is. This is the bank balance function. This is the priming. You can say the priming input, right? This is the same function. It does exactly the same thing. We have the same interest rate, but now we don't have to prime. It's going to run this one time, and it's going to run the new input at the bottom, and then it's going to check for true or false. This makes this more efficient because we don't ask the question two times. Okay, so the last special kind of loop is a nested loop. You can use them sometimes. Make sure that the loops never overlap. And for example, we have an example loop here to print 3 mailing labels for each of 20 customers. We're going to go through every customer, and then we're going to print a mailing label per customer. This is going to print 60 mailing labels. This is a M times N O efficiency. So if there's a way to minimize the number of times something runs, it's more efficient. Be careful when you're nesting for loops if there's not a better way of running the loop. We're going to stop there. Thank you for your time, and this is the end of Chapter 6 at this point. Like I said earlier, we'll get Chapter 7 out on Saturday. Thank you. Bye.